The Curse 6. The 26th of September 1999. Vicky awoke Cindy next. "Cindy, I gotta show you something." "What is it?" Cindy asked. "I think the cats have found another room in the basement." "Another room," Cindy replied, now awake. "Let's go." The two descended the stairs and soon crossed the basement. Moving aside several large boxed and other junk, they soon found the outline of a door. Using a pry bar, the two were able to quickly clear the debris away from the door. After that, they tried every key on the key rings, but to no avail. "Let's get Zachary, I'll bet he can open it," Vicky urged. The two returned to the room and awoke Zachary. They guided the sleepy mage down the stairs to the newly discovered door. "It's locked," Zachary said, trying the door. "We know that," Cindy said. "Can you open it?" "Yeah, sure." From nowhere, Zachary produced a thin metal strip. Quickly he maneuvered the strip into the lock, and in no time it was opened. The three opened a door that led to a corridor. Using a flashlight, they traveled to another door. Opening that one, they now stood before a rather extensive wine cellar. As they headed upstairs, Vicky asked Zachary, "If I became your apprentice, would you teach me to do that?" "Teach you what?" Zachary questioned. "To pick locks and do the sleight of hand tricks that you do," Vicky stated. "Those skills were never taught to me, by my master or anyone else," he added. "I picked them up as I traveled." Zachary quickly ended that part of the conversation and headed back up the stairs. Vicky followed. "Zachary, will you teach me to be a mage like you?" Zachary kept walking. "Zachary, please, pretty please," Vicky followed. Finally Zachary turned around. "Why would you want to? You only know what you've seen. You have no idea how much danger there would befall you, if you were to follow me. You said I may have the gift for it. Why will you not teach me?" Vicky continued to plead. Zachary staggered past Cindy and lay down on the bed. Vicky followed him. Cindy looked at the two. "I know why," she said frankly. Vicky sat up and looked at her. "Because he loves you." Zachary lay still on the bed. Vicky looked at him, then to Cindy. "I know he loves me, but not in the same way he does you. I noticed it in the cave when we fought Meltroth. The look in his eye was different when you fell than I." Cindy sat down between them. She placed her hands in Zachary's. "Zachary, I know you love me. As a brother would a sister, but not in the same way you care for Vicky." Zachary sat up. "I know you haven't said anything to Vicky because you fear you would hurt me. It's okay, I want to see you two together. It would hurt me more if you never told your feelings to each other." Cindy turned to Vicky. "Talk, you two lovebirds, I'll meet you downstairs. Besides, I just wouldn't feel right me being with my cousin." Cindy got up and left the two of them alone on the bed. "Zachary, is that true?" Vicky asked. "Do you really love me?" "Yes, I do, and I could not stand to lose you as an apprentice, friend, or lover. It would not be fair to you or your father. So please do not ask me for me to teach you until I feel you are ready. I don't want to lose you." Zachary moved forward and gently kissed Vicky. Vicky responded and pulled him closer to her as they quickly moved into a more heated embrace. Cindy grabbed the cats and headed down the stair as the two continued their romp in the sheets. "Dust Bunny, Agamemnon, when will I find somebody? I feel like I've been waiting my whole life. Then when I find someone, they turn out to be my cousin. Well, fuzzballs, what should I do?" She set the cats down in the den. Dust Bunny began to clean himself. Agamemnon turned and looked at Cindy and started to walk into the kitchen, his tail held high and pointed as if he wanted her to follow him. Cindy got up and followed the cat. Once in the kitchen, he jumped up on the table where they had set up Zachary's computer and modem. He stood on one side and meowed, while pawing at the keyboard. "You want me to use the computer to find someone for me?" "Wait," Cindy said, "why the hell am I standing in the kitchen not only talking to a cat, but ready to take his advice?" After this remark, Agamemnon looked away as if she had hurt his feelings. "I might as well give it a try," she said as she turned the machine on. "Where do I look?" she asked the cat. Agamemnon jumped off the table and landed on her lap. Once there he pawed at her diapers. "I'm going to find someone in my diapers," she quizzed the cat. Cindy clicked on Netscape and entered the password, and the Yahoo home page came up. Moving the cursor to the search area, she entered the words, "adult and diapers." Next she clicked return. She stared at the screen as the search began. Of the first 20 addresses that came up on the screen, most were for companies selling baby or adult diapers. Paging down, she found one organization that caught her fancy, the Diaper Pail Friends. Clicking on this, she was transported to the DPF home page. After reading the legal formality, she entered the site. She smiled with happiness as she found the roster, and its massive listing of singles, which were into diapers or would not mind having a girlfriend that had to be in diapers. She was so lost in though, that she did not hear Zachary and Vicky enter the room. She almost jumped through the roof when Vicky touched her shoulder. "Are you okay?" Vicky asked her surprised friend. "Sure, I'm fine. You should see this organization I've just found. It's full of single and couples who are in diaper or enjoy baby play," Cindy enthusiastic continued. "I know," Zachary said. "I have it bookmarked, and I'm also a member." "Well, why didn't you tell me about this place?" Cindy admonished him. "With all that's happened here in the last week or so, I haven't had time to even look at my computer," Cindy interrupted before he could finish. "That's no excuse, you naughty baby," she slapped his diapered rear. "So have you found anybody?" Vicky asked. "Not yet, but I'm not sure screening them," Cindy replied. "I don't want to be stalked by some lunatic." "That's a good idea," Vicky commented. "What type of man are you looking for?" Cindy looked at the screen as the answers to her search parameters came up. "I'm not sure if I want a daddy or just another baby to play with." "Well, whatever you choose," Vicky said. "I just hope you're happy as we are." "I hope so, but I don't think that there's anyone else in the world like my cousin," Cindy commented. She printed a list of the 10 she was most interested in. "Look at he friends," she asked. "Do either one of you have a highlighter?" "Sure," Vicky said, digging through the kitchen junk drawer. "Here it is," she said, handing it to her friend. Cindy highlighted 3 of the people on the list. "They say they're babies, and I'd like another baby to share with." She chose one guy named Eon, who live in Portland. "Well, I can write to him or I can call him. What do you think?" she asked her friends. "Write him," her 2 friends agreed. "First get to know him on paper, then you can arrange a meeting." "It sound like a good ideas, but what about emailing him?" Cindy asked. "I'd learn more about him on paper before I emailed him," Zachary advised. "Get to know each other first before you make some big mistake." The 10th of June 1999. This morning started like every other morning: diaper changes, baths, and breakfast. Zachary was still being cared for by the inseparable team of Victoria and Cynthia. Zachary and the girl were almost finished cleaning out the basement and were reading item for a rummage antique sale starting on Friday. After lunch and the normal diaper chances, the 3 go to talking. Cynthia was spending more time online talking to a DPF member she had met out in California. "His name is Doug and he's an architect," she told her friends. "He lives in the Bay Area, but unlike me he just wears diapers for fun, mainly he's a daddy." "So," Vicky asked, "do you plan to meet him?" Cindy looked at her friends. "Well, actually we will all get to meet him this weekend. You see his fly out from the coast this weekend." "Wow," Vicky said. "Have told your parents?" "No, but I guess I should." "And soon," Zachary added. "Well, ladies, let's get a nap before the doctor comes." Zachary headed off to bed. The 2 girls continued to play on the computer until the doctor came. They led her upstairs to the sleeping Zachary. "Zachary," Vicky called. "Time to see the doctor." Zachary awoke. "Hi, Doc." "Hi, Zach. It's time to remove you stitches." Dr. Vasquez had him turn onto his left side and removed the remaining sutures. After a thorough examination, she decided that he was healing well and could start to resume some of his normal activities as tolerated. She also stressed that he was still healing and to take it easy until he was at 100%. The 10th of July 1999. In the continuing week, Zachary, Cynthia, and Vicky spent more and more time together, becoming best of friend and constant companions. This arrangement didn't change until Cynthia left to college in Portland. Vicky opted to become Zachary's personal assistant and studied history with a more hands-on approach, tutored by Zachary. But for all involved, their paths would again cross, and there would always be more mystery beyond the curse of Burnt Cove.